What's up, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to another video, and today I'll be showcasing the AMX 1390. This tank has recently been buffed in the 7.6 update, and if we have a look at the patch notes, you can see that for the 90mm F3 gun, which is the gun I am using, the dispersion at 100 meters was decreased from 0.38 to 0.36, so the gun dispersion has been made better. Also, upon turret traverse, the dispersion has been decreased, which is also huge because this is a light tank, and you will be firing on the move quite a lot, or snap shooting, or just generally aiming at enemies while moving. So this is a huge buff for it. And of course, the magazine reload time, which was reduced from 18 seconds to 16 seconds. Now note that these things are stock numbers, which means that if we now take a look at the statistics, and if I use like double consumables and the rammer, I can get the magazine reload time down to 14.5 seconds, which is really, really huge. Also, shell reload time of 2.5 seconds means that this tank can pump out 225 damage. Well, basically the first shell instantaneously, and then 5 seconds to pull out the other two shells. So this tank has a clip potential of 675 damage, which is quite huge, because you can do that in only 5 seconds. And of course, the clip reload time being 14.5 seconds, that is really short as well. So this tank has got a really, really nice auto-loading gun as of now. Also, average penetration, if you have a look, without using pen boost, I have 250 mils of pen. So this is absolutely great. Perfectly enough to fight any tier 8 tank you're going to meet, and is also good enough for most tier 9 tanks. And besides, this is a light tank, so you can get on the sides and the rears of enemies quite easily. So even if you don't manage to pen, let's say, an E75 or some other heavily armored tank on the front with your 250mm of pen, you can still go around them and be quite effective. Also, top speed 64 kph, that is really great. Good mobility, and you know, traverse speed, this is 66 degrees a second. That is obviously huge. So this tank is very maneuverable. It's got a good gun. Of course, it doesn't have that great HP. If you want to have a look at the equipment, this is the equipment I'm running, using the refined gun just to make this gun really accurate. Now, enough talking. Let's have a look at how this tank performs in game. Here we are. This is a game I played in port, or I played on Port Bay. You can see that the enemies have got an AMX 1375, a Progetto 46, and also a Blaze, also potentially a Yak Panther, which could go into the corner on the right side, which is why I decided not to go corner, but rather to go and have a quick spot in the beginning. Now you can already see the good mobility here, going at 56 kph, 60 kph. Now, I could have used the engine boost, I would have gotten there a little earlier. And so I am now getting into this early quick spotting position as of here, and boom, there we go. Spotted the Progetto 46. Now reversing in order to just get better gun depression, and I fall down the hill. Now here, but unlucky, I bounced on the side of the WZ, and I managed to pen him while driving away. And now you can see I had potential 675 damage. I did 450, and I'm already pretty much reloaded again. These 14 seconds, they don't feel like a long time, probably because they aren't, but I mean, the clip reload time is really good on this tank. And now you can see, okay, I've got a 2.5-2U. This tank, really strong armor. A little lucky here to pen him on the turret traverse ring there. Didn't intend to do this. I managed to pen his cupola here, and this one isn't going to go in. But yeah, this is what this tank does really well. You can see I don't have that many HP, so this is why I don't really want to peek at enemies that are looking at me, why I don't want to risk losing too much HP. And now here I decide to make a play. I decide to use my good mobility in order to go behind this 2.5-2U, finish him off, but I see this Yak Panther 2 goes up, puts a gigantic high roll into me, 546, but I managed to retaliate and put 2 shells into him, so he didn't manage to trade effectively with me, because he took as much damage as he did to me pretty much. So this is also something this tank does well, since it's got a good drummer basically. You can punish enemies quite badly. Now here I could have gone for the tracking shot, but I didn't think that this Tiger was going to turn around anyways, and I was proven to be right. Managed to put 3 shells into him, and now going for another reload. You can see that this is also a way of, you know, performing well with this tank. Since it's a light tank, you don't have to go around and spot and I don't know, be aggressive all the time. You can also just use the good gunning capabilities this tank has got, and now it really does have them. Now I see here, okay, this is not worth keeping the shot. Why? Because this WZ Blaze is most likely going to die. There you go, he's dead. And so I rather decide to go and reload my shell while I'm driving towards this I6, in order to hopefully be able to put maybe 1 or 2 shells into him before he dies and get some clutch damage at the end of the game. Now, switching to APCR, good APCR pen, easily goes through, and there we go. Easily managed to pick him off, and this is just what this tank does well. You want to sit back, get that reload done, put 3 shells into your enemies, and then get back into cover. This tank can be played aggressively, and this is what I did in this game. 2.8k damage, top damage on the team by 1000 damage pretty much. Got a pretty good result here. And this is also why I just like this tank. I like this tank before its buff, and now after its buff, I like it even more. This tank is definitely a very nice tank to play. It's a nice tank to learn the playstyle with. Also for the tanks which come after it, which are the Batchet 25T AP and the Batchet 25 ton. So if you want to learn the playstyle of these tanks and kind of find out if you're going to do well on the tier 9 and tier 10 tanks which come after the 1390 in the tech tree branch, then this is definitely a tank you can learn how to play the type of tank basically. Thank you for watching this video, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like, share and subscribe, as it helps the channel grow. Thank you for watching this video. If you haven't joined the Discord server, feel free to do so. It is linked in the description. That was it from my side. I was your host, SnakeToast, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.